when it comes to talking about this subject matter, how to build a sustainable creative business, and not just for now, something that can stand the test of time. All right. Um, okay, so the first thing I would like to talk about is early enough decide what you want to focus on. The aspect, that skill, that seed in you, you want to grow and you want to focus on. All right. So one of the problems that I see people make is that we want to do so many things at the same time, and we are running a race and we are trying to compete with others, and by so doing, we are running or moving away from our core, our strength, that which God has put in you. For every human, there's always something in you. There's that part of you that, trust me, you do it effortlessly. And people would find it difficult to do it. In my own case, it was aesthetic. I love it. Anything that has to do with design, I loved it. Right from my primary school days, I've always been a lover of art. I would do everything, paint everything, and put it around the house, right? But I didn't see it as something that I would be able to build something on later. I remember gaining admission even to study art in the university. I did not go for it. If you're a Christian, you would say the spirit was trying to guide me, right? Yeah, but I didn't go for it. Rather, I studied accounting, only for me to be done. And that seed in me, that looks very little, that looks very small. I had to now discover it. I had to now focus on it, right? And I started out doing design, doing design, doing design. But one of the things I was able to realize and work on early, design can and it's like that in every industry. Design can be broad. It can be anything. You need to now decide early that, okay, what part of design do you want to focus on? Like, I know God will give you um an idea, a skill, but the scope has to be discovered by you. And this will be out of maybe from what's it called, readings and all of those things, right? That's why we have some successful pastors and we have some that are not successful. God could have given both of them. God has anointed both of them, right? Sorry, I use pastor, but in even other businesses. So you can have the same idea, you can have the same, but the scope is what determines who is going to go far and who is going to just remain, just normal. All right. Yeah. So early, I just knew that, okay, fine. I needed to do something to I needed to define what and where I want to play, even in the design world. Okay. Now that I discovered that little seed, I can make a living out of it. The next thing I did was to look out to do my own findings and look at, okay, fine, where do I want to play in this industry? And then I discovered that I want to play with big guys and companies. I don't want to be working with one-on-one people and all of those things. I at that time. So I decided that these are the set of people I want to work with. I think one of the problem again that we have as creatives sometimes is we want to work with everybody. We think we can work with everybody. We think everybody can like us. Trust me, even you don't like everybody. So why do you think everybody should like you? So understand that in this game, you can be loved or liked by all, but you can decide who you want to work with, and you need to decide early on time, or who you want to build your brand around, and you can decide early on time. Okay, so I picked the what's it called, businesses that I want to be branding for instead of doing one-on-one whatsoever. I decided early, and that was it. That affected my decisions, the kind of content I was creating, the kind of people I was attracting. It even affected, influenced the kind of people that was actually coming to me. All right, yeah. So, and it started that way. I started working with brands and all of that, and it was all going smoothly. Now, this will lead me to the second point I would want to talk. That is still I want to address, that is connected to the first, right? And that is building your brand around integrity. Building making integrity the core of your brand. Okay, so many of you that um maybe if you've been a part of my story, maybe long time, like I'm talking about 10 years ago, when I started out as a brand consultant and all, and developer. I wasn't into books. I wasn't a publisher. But then guess what? When we moved into publishing, the clients I was working with then, they moved with us. And it all boils down to integrity. Because one thing about me, and anybody that knows me very well, is when we promise to deliver this, that's what we're going to deliver. Trust me. And that will cost you a lot. But trust me, integrity is also one thing that is very rare in this part of the world. It's not common. And guess what? People are looking for people with hate. People are looking for people with integrity. If you have integrity, businesses will come. If they know that you will go all out to get things done properly, businesses will come. So, in trying to build a sustainable, creative business, make integrity the center of what you do. When you are going to people should not. Okay, so why when we started publishing, I remember one incident among many other incidences, right? One author reached out and was like, okay, there's a particular that he has paid three different publishers, before contacting us. She was not based in Nigeria, right, as at that time, and so she was a bit skeptical, right, and all of that. That these guys, they just took her money, and it's either the communication line, the way they were communicating was so bad, and or they decide to not even deliver on the job and all, right? But we delivered, and of course, after that, we've had different businesses to do with this person. And again, what people don't know is when you lose one customer, or because of your lack of integrity, you have lost at least 10 other customers. That's just the rule, right? So when it comes to building a strong brand, a brand that would live for long, that you want to last, to live, to even live after you, please try as much as possible to build it around integrity. Integrity. It is very powerful for you to know that integrity is key. Again, consistency, right? Maybe because I have big background, in branding and all. I understand that part of consistency. People say they reach out to me sometimes and will be like, "Oh, man, you have been doing one thing for a very long time, even though it might look like I'm doing some other things, but of course, there is something about me about digging deep and then digging wide instead of trying to dig in different places at the same time, right? Yeah. So there is this adage in Yoruba. I'm trying to see how I can put it in English for people, right? Yeah. So it's just like when you are peeing. If you pee in one spot, it will have more effect. But if you start peeing around, then the effect will not be like that one that you've done in one spot. All right. So stay consistent. That's why I started by saying that decide early what you want to be known for. One of my mentors said he studied accounting and he asked himself early that can I be number one accountant in Nigeria? And the question, the answer to the question for him, that no, he knew that there was no way he could. He didn't have that flair. He would just struggle. He would just be one of the accountants. You understand, right? Then he now asked himself, what is that one thing that I can be number one in Nigeria? Let's not even go Africa yet. What is that one thing that you can be number one? And that's the question you need to keep asking yourself. What is that one thing that you can be number one? If asked, you are not born, you are not made here to just occupy space. Just because God just wants more people to just you were born to make significant impact. And the early you know, the better. So ask yourself, what is that one thing that you want to be number one in Nigeria? When they call, you'll be number one. You will just be number one. What's that thing? Or are you doing whatever it is you're doing because someone else is doing it? You're going to make a lot of mistake. Okay, so let me just go on. This time will not be enough. Trust me. There's so many things I would have loved to talk about, but okay. I hope I'm able to touch base on them. All right. So I talked about consistency. Be consistent in even your communication. Be consistent in what you do. All right. Yeah. So be consistent. Be known for it. All right. Some of you are even doing business or doing you are doing something. Okay. So there was one guy like that. We used to be in the same church. We used to be in the same unit. And one day he came to me and he was like, okay, can I help him to publicize what he was doing? And I asked him what he was doing. He was a photographer. So I now asked him, among, I mean, in our unit, the unit in the church, how many people in the unit know that you are a photographer, are aware that you're a photographer? Most people don't know. So you are doing something. Even your close friend don't know that you are good at it, or that you are doing it. All right. Some of you can sing, you are singing to yourself. Even your friend, they can't even say, oh, they don't even know that you are a singer. All right. So it starts with your people, as in your close, your people. Are they aware that you are good? And I always say this thing: if your friends cannot vouch for what you do, they cannot say, no, go and meet Fola. Yeah, it's either of this. Number one, you are not good. You need to check what you are doing. All right. Or you need to change your friends. Okay. Because if you're doing something and your friends cannot beat their chest to say, no, if it's about cake, this is the person. Is it that your cake is not good? That, or you are not good, all right? Or they are not your friend, all right? Technically, you understand, right? Yeah. So your people are, I mean, your first clients, your first I call them choir, because they want to sing your praise, right? Yeah. They are the close people to you. They need to know. Some of you are doing business, you're even on social media, your friends don't even know that you are good at it, and you are looking for people that are far from you. Start with your network, your immediate network. All right. And I was having conversation with someone recently, and the person said, oh, I am an introvert. In this age and time, forget it. If you're an introvert, and you are claiming to be an introvert, then there is a problem. I am an introvert, trust me. Or I should say, I used to be an introvert. But if you want to make money, if you want to make money, you must be good at selling. And I always say this, we are all selling. We are all selling. You are selling even when you don't know that you are selling. So if you think you are actually selling, because you are just selling yourself down. So as an employee, as an employer, as a business person, you must learn that skill of selling. So you can't say, I am shy, I don't know how to market. Hey, Whiskey is not the best artist in Nigeria. There are bigger, better. I mean, better, not bigger now. Better artists that can sing more than Whiskey. The only difference is Whiskey is making good noise. What are you good at? And how well are you making noise about it? This is not the age and time that you tell yourself that, oh, I know this thing. My work will speak for me. No, 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 no. In this age and time, your work alone will not speak for you. You will speak for us to know that you are good at what you do. All right. So get it straight. That which you know, we have to know that you know it. So consistently talk about it. Storytelling, talk about the success, a transaction you had that was successful. Talk about this thing. Teach us about it. All right. And social media has really made marketing and publicity cheap, I would say. All right, you can reach a lot of people, using social media. So be consistent. Some of the clients we work with today, they've known me for like 7 years, 8 years. Guess what? Some of them, as at then, they may not, maybe for some reasons, they could not afford our services, right? But now, because they've seen us over the years growing in leaps, right? And they want to be a part of this. And now that they can afford it, they join. They have to join. All right. But consistency is key. If they notice that Fola is doing this, he's doing that, different things, you understand, it also affects the trust. Okay. So be consistent. That's why I said decide early what you want to be known for. And that thing you want to be number one in Nigeria. Don't do anything that will put you in number. If you want to go into real estate, your target should be I want to be number one in Nigeria. In Nigeria, you are not born to just be a monk. No, 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 no. You're not born to be a monk. There's so much you can do within that your industry to take you up. All right. And one of it is being consistent. I talked about integrity, and I talked about, of course, you have to master your crafts. Eh? Master your crafts. Master your crafts. And again, when you start making money, don't be greedy. Hire competent people. I say this thing, hire your weakness, right? So if you are good, because one of the things that kills creative people is they sit down and focus on it. All right, they walk right here, and they are not good at management. If you know you're not good at management, then you should know that when you start making money, you need to hire a manager. You need to understand your weakness and your strength. So you hire your weakness. All right. Hire someone that is good at your weakness. I hope you understand that part, all right? When you start making money, all right, and so that you can really move your business well. Okay. So for instance, now if you I'm trying to look for A very good example. If you love fashion, maybe you just love fashion and you know a little bit about sewing. You started out sewing, or maybe the part you know is sketching. You understand, but you don't really like sewing, right? As you start making money, hire an expert who can sew. So you do this cash, the person sew. You do this cash, the person's sew, and all of those things, right? And you keep growing from there. Okay. And again, as a creative that wants to build a business that would last long, understand that you will not forever be in the operation of the business. Know that from beginning. Know that from beginning. When we started, I was the marketer, I was the accountant, I was the designer, I was the social media. I was, yes, when you are starting, you're carrying a box with everything. You are handling everything. All right. But understand early that even though you start in this way, you're going to be dropping these roles as you are moving. Knowing that alone will put your mind, your vision will be clearer. All right. And when it's time, you would know when to get someone on board. Okay. Um, Even footballers, they have managers, right? They have other people on their payroll. One of the problems we have in this part of the world is we want to do everything, right? You need to understand that you are creative, but much more than being creative, you need to master the business of what you do. And in mastering it, it can be a one man business. All right. Before anything, I registered Fola Innovations 2014, right? In short, I was still working, but I knew that okay, fine, I needed to get it. So I knew that okay, fine, I am starting a company. Not I'm not I knew that this is where I am headed, all right? So understand that the future for you to build a business that will last long, right? You can't do it alone. You would work with people. And like I said, you will work with, you should be aiming to work with people better than you, or you hire people in the area that you know that you are not good at, all right, so that they can complement you. Okay. All right, you hire, you partner, whichever that works for you in the long run. Is anybody getting something? Let me see the chat room to know if. Okay, I have 9 more minutes. 9 more minutes. Okay, thank you for that. All right, creative people. One of the I have to jump some points right here. So what then? Now 5 more minutes. Okay, okay. Thank you. Okay, so one of the problems again that we creative have is money comes like sometimes, especially when you're a freelancer, you get money here, you get money here, and you're quick to want to just right. That's why if you don't have that vision, if you don't have that goal of building a proper business, you would end up just getting the money and you're just spending it, and then you. But if you're building a business, if your vision is to build a business and you've already envisioned it, when those monies are coming in, it would help you in planning. The money is not yours, trust me. Even though you are the one doing the job, 100K comes in, it's not yours, right? um I started paying salary when our whole revenue was not more than 100,000. I hired. That's how I have known early that I am all for business. Okay. And then now we pay salaries in, millions, right, on a monthly basis, right? And look at that. It's because I have envisioned this and I have been working towards it. So when money comes in, you're not seeing it as your money, you're seeing it as business money, right? So understand that early enough. And of course, leverage on technology. Times are changing, and you need to also be quick to change. AI is there now. Understand how you can integrate all of these things into your business. Don't be outdated. All right. So you need to get all of these things done right here. So, and again, this is important. Prioritize self-care. Right. As a creative person, we work more. We are ahead, right? So sometimes I am also there. I'm also learning. Trust me, I'm also learning that, right? Yeah. So self care is important. Okay, so you may think that you are not carrying wood, you're not doing, based on what you are doing, right? Yeah, but trust me, you are really stressing yourself, your brain, your body, and a lot of things. So know what to do to take care of yourself at the right time. Because at the end of the day, with help, with sound health, you would be able to do more. If you know how to calm your nerves, right? Sometimes rest, sometimes take a break, okay? I'm saying so many people that are not here with us again that started, you know, beautiful ideas, and because of stress and all of that, they had to die early. All right. So please prioritize, your health, all right, among other things.